Good morning, Northtown, and welcome to our Monday show. I'm Bryce Johnson.
And I'm Sabrina Beltran. Today is Monday, October 23rd, and coming up today, we'll bring you what's buzzing around Northtown, have a look at today in history, Northtown alumni, and much, much more.
All on NTV News.
On Today in History, the continuous rise of the United States federal debt. On October 23, 1981, the U.S. national debt hit $1 trillion. Definitely not something to celebrate. The national debt is now over $20 trillion, which is about $62,000 per citizen. In the last 8 years alone, the national debt nearly doubled from $10.6 trillion in 2008.
A former Oak Park alumnus is creating an app that specifically targets high school students who struggle to find jobs. Here's Brian Kearns with more on the app.
I started working with CAP students, and I brought them in. We just started out with that one question: is there even a problem with high school students finding part-time jobs? The new HipHire app is designed to help match only high school students with jobs based on age, availability, and flexibility. So the way the app works, once we release it for download, is there's some simple onboarding. There's 3 screens for onboarding, and then you go through and identify your availability, the types of industries you want to work at, how much you want to get paid, and how far you want to drive. And then once you submit that, it automatically shows you jobs based on those attributes. Identified as green cards, which are high matches, yellow cards, which are medium matches, and reds are low matches. Juniors and seniors, like, hey, we need to get our 50 volunteer hours, or whatever it might be. And if we could do it simply in that, just like I showed you in the app, those would be different looking cards. There'll be a small rollout here in 2017 and a larger rollout in Kansas City metropolitan area in 2018.
There are lots of clubs and activities meeting this week, so let's get going with what's buzzing around Northtown.
The first ever student-teacher pickleball tournament will be happening after school on Thursday the 26th. Sign-up sheets will be in front of Mr. McCune's room, and it will cost $5 to participate.
Are you looking to buy some spiritware but don't know where to buy? Northtown now has its own spirit store website. There are t-shirts, sweatpants, sweatshirts, you name it. The link to the website can be found on the school website.
Attendance recovery will be held tomorrow after school in Norclay room 838 with Mrs. Kopis. After-school tutoring will be after school today from 2:45 to 4:30. If you need the late bus, get a form from Mrs. Allen. If you need tutoring or want to help tutor to get community service hours and A+ hours, contact Ms. Deister.
Leadership is accepting non-perishable items through October 31st. We are competing against Oak Park and Tonka to see which school will give the most. If our school loses, our administration has to wear Tonka or Oak Park gear for a day. The class that gets the most will win a prize. Freshmen are currently in the lead. Let's fill the bins on the first floor and show our spirit.
Students interested in directing a one-act for the December MOBS mobs, please see Jackson in room 211. The title of your show, send him the title of your show that you want to direct, how many people are in the cast, and the length of the show. It cannot be longer than 20 minutes. This information is due by Friday. If you have any questions, see Mr. Jackson.
Please come on down to the exciting Fire Rocket Launch Competition. Our rocket builders will reach for the stars with their rockets. This event will be held on Saturday, October 28th, 2017 from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in North Kansas City High School practice football field behind Norclay. We would love to see you support our rocket team.
If you had your yearbook photo taken on Redo Day and your student ID and athletic passes are in the security office in Fieldhouse, and that is what's buzzing around Northtown.
This week's Hornet Spotlight is a shout out to the boys soccer team for being the conference team champions. This is the first time since 1991 that Northtown has been conference champs. Way to go, you guys, and good luck tomorrow.
Mr. Myers, so for today's Hornet Spotlight, here's a new Northtown teacher that might be familiar to some of you. Mr. Myers taught Sage at Northgate Middle School before coming to Northtown to replace Mrs. Mason as the Sage coordinator and to teach English. Here's Maxwell Franklin with more.
Mr. Myers is a new SAGE coordinator and college English teacher here at Northtown. Let's find out what made him decide to pursue an English career.
I have 2 degrees in English, and eventually I decided that I could make some extra money by teaching at a college. So I started teaching some college writing classes, and I've been doing that for about 2 years now.
Mr. Myers was previously at Northgate Middle School, but something made him want to come to Northtown.
I wanted to work with high school kids. I was ready for a change. I'd been working with middle school aged kids for about 15 years, and so I was just ready to come to North Kansas City High School and work with older teens here. Everyone's pretty chill, so I like that about Northtown.
Last week, NTV wanted to know whether you think tacos are sandwiches or not. An overwhelming 74% said they aren't, and a small 26% said they are. I'm very disappointed. Now we want to know your opinion on another polarizing topic. Do you prefer Pepsi or Coke? To respond, look for an email from Mrs. Dollinger.
That's all we have for you today this week, Northtown. To stay informed all week long, follow us on Twitter at Northtown News. For photos and announcements, check out our Facebook page, NKC Journalism. And for information about athletics and activities, maps to games, and an electronic student ID, download the North Kansas City High School app.
Thanks for watching Northtown. Keep it classy.
And as always, it's a great day to be a Hornet.